To me, the great hope is that now these little 8mm video recorders and stuff are coming around. Some just people who normally wouldn't make movies are going to be making them.
I'm creating a game that I'm calling Kick the Ladder. The whole point of Kick the Ladder is to hopefully kill that fear of failure that a lot of filmmakers have and make it so we could just make films without having these huge barriers and go, let's just make films. Let's stop over-talking it and overthinking it. Tonight we will roll the dice. These dice are for the Kick the Ladder game. We will roll the dice every week. And wherever the dice land at, that's the rules for the week for anyone that wants to play. It's just figuring out what it is, you know, so I'm sure the first open mic ever was weird too.
Imagine, if you would, a film made in 2 days, including some slow motion. Those are the films being made this week at the Thunderdome.
Original films premiered every week. Whoa. Think about that. That's really cool. Just roll the clip. Just turn it off.
One, two, three. Films last month. That's really dope. That's really dope. Hell yeah. Film has only been around for not even 150 years. That if film was music, we haven't discovered hip hop yet. We haven't discovered punk rock yet. And that's something that we need to do, which is the voiceless, the people that have not been listened to are speaking to each other, and then basically you get so good that you can't be ignored. Basically, I think it's really good for non-filmmakers to make films. I think with every medium of art, art is a language, and the more people that are speaking, the more people learn how to speak. Like we learn better how to articulate our thoughts and our feelings and stuff, and that's a really good thing. Film is the only art medium that I could find that doesn't have something catered to hobbyists. So if you're a mathematician or somebody that just works unrelated, you could take piano lessons just for some kind of creative outlet. You could go on a date and do pottery. You could do glass blowing, but there's not really any way for non-filmmakers to make films, and I think the film community is missing out, because if you look at the film museum up there in the timeline, the path of filmmaking has been paved by amateurs. There's a lot of debuts, first-time people making films for the first time. We've never gotten under 10 submissions any week. Like I said, I'm not trying to put this online just yet, and we already have 2 out-of-state submissions, so I think that's really cool. So
I'm very excited to show you guys this. I was up till 9 a.m. editing this. So, hi. Last month, in July, we made a certain number of films, and I compile them all into a hype reel of sorts. Let's show it.
Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
Let's go see the stars.
Cowboy heroes, cops and robbers, glamour and strife, bigger than life. Let's go to the movies, Annie. Wait and see. Betty Davis is probably lying, and Greta Garbo is probably crying, while Robert Taylor is locked in her dying embrace. Chico and Groucho and Chaplin and Lloyd are all super. Sweet Mickey Mouse, Shirley Temple, and dear Jackie
Let's
Cooper.
go to the movies. Let's go see the stars.
Let's go to the movies, Annie, you and me.
Yes, that's awesome.
That's y'all. That's really cool, y'all.
That's awesome.
Honestly, it's so fun for me to like setting up editing and making that stuff has been like a joy for me. And
There he is.
this has been the most fulfilling thing I've ever done in my life. And
Yeah.
it's been so cool to see you guys grow. It's been a joy to put all the blood, sweat, and tears has been like coming back 20-fold. It's been so cool. So like, thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for making films. Thank you for trusting me. Yeah, it's been really cool. So I think next is which? New dice! Yeah, so I've been working on this for a while. It's still beta testing. You got a 6-sided die now, a 10-sided die, and then a 20-sided die. Yes. Last month, okay, for some people who aren't here, this is the hype reel from August. Yeah, here it is.
What an artist is simply somebody who helps you see reality again. That moment of wonder, which is precisely what we all depend on, the artist has to make real. It is only the artist who has really given us any sense of what it is like to be alive between that sky and this earth, and what it feels like to be here and to triumph, proves that people can be better than they are, believing that we can create and transcend, that it is entirely up to us. It is the work of human beings to make the world more human. The responsibility of the artist is to make you respect that moment above all other moments. To recognize that there is nothing under heaven no creed, and no flag more important than the single human life. In all these people, if one struck a certain nerve, a certain moment, and what happened was that they realized, they accepted, and they rejoiced in the fact that they were human and that they were alive. We've all seen this. And your responsibility as a human being is to treat other people as human beings. If you abdicate from that, there is no end to the labyrinth and the abyss in which you can find yourself. When you are the typewriter creating somebody, you got to realize his vision is based on what he has seen of human beings. The world turns, everything changes. If you're not prepared to lose everything, you never will have anything. That is where we are. What we must ascend into is a sea of human experience, a great flight. You conquer a continent, and you get to make it a country. Thank you.
The main thing I want to teach you is not like how to white balance a camera, because you could go on YouTube and look that up. What I want to do is teach you what you're already capable of doing right now with the stuff you have already, without waiting for some producer to believe in you or somebody else. You could do it right now. And so that's why Leg Day is called Leg Day, is to work on our intuitive muscles, is to work out this creative thing to, if it's a language, let's talk to each other. Because every art form that I could think of, so hip hop has freestyling, music has jamming, acting has improv, shooting has shooting from the hip. Film doesn't have a word for this yet. Film is not even 150 years old now. And film started with rich people inherently because it was a very expensive medium. The more cheaper it's I got my first camera on layaway for $50. And so over time, anyone could shoot a film on their phone that's better than the camera I started with, better than any camera I had in the first 15 years of my filmmaking. So we can make films, and we can do it with the phones that are in our pockets. And if we are liberated to know that and just go, let's practice just doing stuff so that way we could get better at speaking our language, speaking to each other. And that's how art is art is this big conversation that's happening where one film will come out and then somebody will be like, I counter that with this film. And that's a really good thing, is like we're trying to work out what reality is and trying to process that through our art.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and children. Victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world. A decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
What people don't know is we started the Kick the Ladder game June 3rd. We're already past 300 films.
Yeah.
So cool. Thanks for coming, everybody. Welcome to my house. This is Leg Day. We premiere original films every single week. Tonight we have 30 films. That didn't exist a week ago, which is pretty cool. Who here, it's their first time?
Talking about Fight Club.
Yeah.
Wait, we don't talk about it.
Let's see the hype reel.
must begin now.
You know, today, I just woke up and I said, you know, instead of waiting on a good day, waiting around through ups and downs, waiting on something to happen, I just said,
we're gonna have a good day, and all my homies gonna ride today.
That's right.
And all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and ain't nobody gotta cry today. Cause ain't nobody gonna die today. You can save that drama for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day.
Hairline fresh, new cologne on, feeling so good, change the colors to my phone. Orange Kool-Aid, go good with Patron. Oh no, hell no, boy. Still my ringtone, free car wash, had to clean up the Dodge. Give back when I can, just playing my part. Church folks had a fish fry, mustard, hot sauce, light bread, french fries. Love for the big guy, hit the park, boys showing off their hops, nappy roots on the radio. And you know what about last night, hit the pick 3, bought some Air Force Ones, 4 tall tees. Man, I'm loving BG.
Good day, and all my homies gonna ride today, and all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and ain't nobody gotta cry today, cause ain't nobody gonna die today. You can save that drama for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day.
And I ain't fit to worry about what nobody say. I'm still above ground, and that's the reason I pray. Got my car cleaned up, now I'm ready to play. Make a call to the stick, say I'm headed that way. Heard my cousin cooking out, I gotta get me a play. Got this new outfit, ain't even out in the States. So if I ain't speaking too soon, but this a hell of a day. And the sticky got me sitting in a hell of a place. Got my stunner shades on and the grin on my face. My new grill looks mean, but I swear I'm straight. And the hood showing love, so I'm A-OK.
Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and all my homies gonna ride today, and all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and ain't nobody gotta cry today, cause ain't nobody gonna die today. You can save that drama for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day.
We might as well do exactly what the children saying. Take the day off, hit the park and just hang. Barbecue, roll a few and put up the deuce. And if it's beef, put the piece down, throw up the deuce. It's time to change your way.
And all my homies gonna ride today, and all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day.
This is the Thunderdome during leg day. Here are all the cars. Here are all these. I'm not going to bother for counting. You could do that yourself. Let me just go ahead and run real quick. So all these people come to leg day. It's really exciting. All these people come to leg day. Right there, this car right there. It's really nice. How you doing? Here's all this. A bunch of people over there. Hey, hello. I think he stands all the way over here. But yeah, that's leg day. It's really big.
why. Here it is. Here's my phone.
Okay, Corral. If you could do it all again. This time with style.
This is the last leg day in this room. Which it sucks because I love how punk rock this is. But we are obviously outgrowing this.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to all the folks that I know, and tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
And we back. 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 And we and we back. And we back. Hey, this ain't no intro, this the entree. Hit that intro with Kanye, I sound like Andre. Tryna turn my baby mama to my fiance. She like music, she from Houston, like Auntie Beyonce. Man, my daughter couldn't have a better mother. If she ever find another, he better love her. Man, I swear my life is perfect, I can merge it. If I die, I'll probably cry in my own service. It was a dream, you cannot mess with the beam. This is like this many rings, y'all know what I mean. This for the kids of the king of all kings. This is the onlyest thing, this is the beat that played under the word. This is the sheep that ain't like what it heard. This is officially first, this is the third. This is a this is all we got, so we might as well give it all we got. This is a music is all we got, so we might as well give it all we got. I get my word from the sermon, I do not talk to the serpent. That's a holistic discernment. Daddy said I'm so determined, told me these goofies can't hurt me. I just might make me some Earl tea. I was baptized like real early, I might get Satan and swirly. Wish I could tell you it's ready, tell you it's ready today. They don't give nothing away, you gotta fight for your way, but that don't take nothing away. Cause at the end of the day, music is all we got. Music is all we got. Music is all we got. So we might as well give it all we got. Music is all we got. Music's all we got.
Currently, we've rolled the dice 46 times and we're at 972 films. So that's really cool. Yeah. So one thing that I think would be really cool, I'll just share one of my goals, is if I've been counting every 24 films or every 24 weeks as a season. So we're currently on second season, almost to the end of the second season. I would love it if we hit 1,000 films by the end of the second season.
The great British explorer George Mallory, who was to die on Mount Everest, was asked why did he want to climb it. He said because it is there. Well, space is there, and we're going to climb it. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. Surely the opening vistas of space promise high costs and hardships, as well as high reward. So it is not surprising that some would have us stay where we are a little longer, to rest, to wait. William Bradford said that all great and honorable actions are accompanied with great difficulties, and both must be enterprised and overcome with answerable courage. And it is one of the great adventures of all time. We mean to be a part of it. Our obligations to ourselves, as well as others, all require us to make this effort. We set sail on this new sea. Its conquest deserves the best of all mankind. We have had our failures, but we do not intend to stay behind, and in this decade we shall make up and move ahead, even though I realize that this is, in some measure, an act of faith, for we do not now know what benefits await us. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
I'm at the foot of the ladder. I'm going to step off the limb now.
To me, the great hope is that now these little 8mm video recorders and stuff are coming around. Some just people who normally wouldn't make movies are going to be making them, and suddenly one day some little girl in Ohio is going to be the new Mozart, and make a beautiful film with her little father's camera recorder. And for once, the so-called professionalism about movies will be destroyed forever, and it'll really become an art form. That's my opinion.